Happy Valentine's Day. It's Amanda here with your 17 rune scope. This month I'm going to be using, in conjunction with the runes, of course, the Pagan Tarot. And this has artwork by Luca Raimondi and Cristiano Spadoni, for those of you that are interested in that. Also, after this reading, be sure to join me over on Vimeo channel for part 2 of this reading. I'll be pulling for your spiritual guidance reading for the month of April, one card from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle by Victoria Mosley. This is a beautiful deck that my sister got me as a gift. So we're breaking it in this month. Of course, as promised over on Vimeo, your Teen Love Rune Scope is now available as well. So, and your career and finance reading for Rune Scope for teen is over there as well. So you have to load more to get to the career and finance. It's kind of under everything else, but it is there. So the link is below this video to the channel over there. So just click or tap show more. And that will take you over there, and you can purchase those videos if you would like. Also, your free teen yearly rune scope is up here on YouTube. If you just click or tap the little I info button here in this video, you can watch that after this video. So definitely want to check that out. That covers all areas. The videos on Vimeo are just more centered on those specific topics for those of you that are interested in that. So without further ado, let's take a look and see what Aquarius holds for you. Happy birthday, Aquarius. Let's take a look at your Aquarius runes and see what's coming up in your birthday month. And for those of you that had a birthday in January, happy belated birthday. All right. Now, as always, Aquarius, these are general readings, so not all of these messages will apply to you specifically. Some will be for other Aquarians that are watching. If you would like a reading that is all about you, where you don't have to kind of fit the puzzle pieces together, schedule an appointment with me. I do those on Skype. They are $5 for minutes. Just drop me a line at runescopes4u@gmail.com. That's the number 4 and the letter U. You'll, of course, find that information below the video with everything else. Let's take a look at what in general holds. You can also check out the video for your rising sign to get some more information and more messages. Don't forget to do that. So let's start with our challenge or focus for February. So you've got 6 of Swords for the challenge. So the challenge is to leave behind emotionally tumultuous waters. So leaving a situation or sometimes this is just something because air signs are you're so much in your mind. This can be just something that you think about and it upsets you. So it's moving away from that, doing whatever you can to shut that off, stop thinking about it. It's kind of like when someone has like a cut or something, or it hurts somewhere and it's like, this hurts when I press on it. And then someone says, well, don't press on it. It's that kind of energy. Well, don't think about it if it hurts, And this could have something to do with a secret coming out, something being revealed with Pedro here, because this talks about like dark secrets coming out when it's in the reverse. So, and this energy, again, because it's a general reading, can always work both ways. So if you have a secret that you would really rather not other people know about, that could cause some upsets or cause you to have to kind of disappear, I would be extra vigilant about guarding that and worry. But I feel like for most of you, this is someone else's drama, someone else's information coming out. And this rune can talk about addictions as well. So it could be an addiction, substance abuse problem someone's been trying to hide, and you distancing yourself from that. Because we have Esau here too, which means a freeze needs to be put on this situation so it can no longer affect you. This can also talk about a separation or a divorce, maybe due to a secret coming out or due to something that's been hidden coming to light. Now, don't freak out. It doesn't mean it's you, Aquarius. Like I said, I'll repeat myself. I feel like this is something to do with someone else. And I've got a little kitty cat crying, so I'm going to go see real quickly what's going on, and I'll be right back. And we're back. Sorry about that, Aquarius. Whenever they cry, I always go check because sometimes they get stuck or shut in rooms and things like that. But this could be a situation also that you thought you left behind, but the news is revealed, or there is some sort of information that comes your way that kind of has you concerned. But I mean, it seems like maybe there's not much you can do with Esau because the situation is kind of frozen. Your influence can't be, you've either done all you can do or there's nothing that you can really do about it. So you're just going to have to kind of leave it behind, put it out of your mind. And that is the challenge. So, that could be an energy that weaves in and out of the month. And this kind of makes sense with when you have strength reversed coming into the month of February. So, this card can indicate that maybe you are feeling a bit powerless in a certain situation, or like you're unable to change it, but you're unable to maybe stop thinking about it or move on from it. And this could be in any area of life, Aquarius, again, because there's so many of you watching. But for some of you, I feel it has something to do with looking for work, getting a raise, getting a promotion, finding a new job, increasing your money in some way, putting a freeze on funds that are going out. So there could be some big payments that you've had to make, or maybe there's a big expense that you're considering, but you feel, or something that you want to do that's going to be expensive, but you feel like you can't really do it right now. Now, this can also just mean that you're feeling under the weather physically, maybe coming into, not feeling your best, low energy, or with a cold. I think it will be a quick recovery, though, for those of you that's what it is. Maybe you're concerned because you're ill and you're going to have to take off work, or maybe there is a health issue and it's like, I've got to get this procedure done, but I've got to take off work, and I really need to not take off work because I need the money, that sort of thing. But I feel like this is going to be rectified within the first week for you, because you've got Fehu. So, I mean, that indicates those of you looking for work, looking for a new job, or looking to increase your money, Fehu means an offer will be on the table for a new job. So some of you have been, waiting and waiting, and maybe you didn't find anything in February, those of you that are job hunting, but then in February, there just seem to be more opportunities that have been worth waiting for. Don't give up. If you're watching on the February side and you're like, oh, I've been looking for work all in February, or I've been trying to get a promotion, I was passed over, and I've been waiting for something else to come along. It looks like for you, financial worry could be the month here. Because you've got a lot of new beginnings coming up around this, new financial beginnings in particular. And the jade stone popped out here next to that. So I keep stones in the rune bag to keep them charged, various gemstones, and to have the jade there. Luck is coming, a new beginning, luck on your side, an offer. Those of you concerned about taking time off for health reasons, it could be that you qualify for some sort of aid for that, or that you will get paid. Or you'd be able to work out a situation where you can work from home. Talk to your employer about what your options are, or your HR department, and see, make sure you know how that all will work for you. Because I feel like a lot of your fears in that sort of a situation will be allayed. But some of you feel like your strengths are being used against you when it comes to finding new work, or maybe you're being told you have too much experience, or you're overqualified for positions you're applying for. What that essentially means is someone doesn't want to pay you what they would have to pay you. They'd rather hire someone right out of college with no experience because they can get them at a lower pay rate. But don't give up. There's going to be a position opening for you in February, for any of you Aquarians that are looking to increase your money. And for many of you, this would be a work at home opportunity. You'd be able to do this from home. Maybe that's how you can kind of counterbalance it, because it's like, okay, this is like a remote position. You can work from home, but you won't have any insurance. You won't have any, the stipends that come with maybe a full-time permanent associate position, but you will get the pay that you need. So I feel like you're going to go for the cash over the perks. in worry, and that's going to kind of be the balance. Now, some of you, this situation, because we've got such a financially heavy kind of energy coming in, this situation you need to leave behind could be a job. It could be that you have been wanting to leave, but you feel stuck, or you just feel like the opportunities haven't been there. Or it could be you could really see that turn around. You could just see more options available in your career field, Aquarius. Now, for your advice for the month of as far as like what's going to be helping you in the month of worry, we've got the Novice of Pentacles in reverse. So again, we're talking about money. So the Novice in this deck is equivalent to the Knights in other decks. So the help coming in for you may be coming in as a person who is lazy. And I know that sounds a little bit odd, but it could be that they're getting fired and that's the position you're going to be moving up into. Now, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, it's often associated with, or Novice in this deck as it is, often associated with earth sign energy, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. But yeah, I feel like any of you you're gonna be interviewing with someone who, maybe they're telling you like, we've been, having a lot of trouble finding a person to fit this position. Nobody can be up to the challenge here. For some of you, they have been hiring younger people because the Knights are generally associated with younger people, younger energy, so even younger. Maybe they've tried that and it's like, no, they're just not up to the task. Maybe they don't have the experience, or they don't have the work ethic, or they don't have the right attitude for the job. So now they're going for someone, with a little more experience. So that would be for you Aquarians who are mid-career, at least, and onward. Those of you that are younger Aquarians, again, it's kind of like, yeah, we had someone, but they didn't work out. This could also be a promotion that you were passed over for some of you, and the person that they promoted doesn't work out, and then they kind of come back to the other people that they talked to. Because I feel like for you, you've already interviewed for this. So keep the lines of communication open, even if someone tells you that a position was filled, or they told you a position was filled earlier this year or even last year, because they could be coming back around, Aquarius. And I don't feel like you need to do anything about that. I think this job offer is coming in for any of you from a past connection, from a job you previously applied for, or a promotion a position you previously applied for. Now, this can also be talking about academic schools. Maybe some of you applied for a university and didn't get in, but then word's going to come back around. Well, hey, this fall we have an opening, or even this spring. I know the semesters have started for most people, but you get news that this fall, you've been moved up from the wait list or something. So yeah, whoever this earth sign energy, or whoever is manifesting as this Knight of Pentacles, they're actually, their negative traits are going to be helping you in some way. Or, almost like you're moving into that position due to their deficiency. Now, what must be accepted about the month of worry? We do have the Hanged Man. And this can be a period of kind of similar to the Six of Swords, in that there may be, a period of waiting, a period of suspension. There's something that you can't change. It's outside your control. So you have to just kind of table it, or you have to just kind of take a time out. But there is help in, I feel like there are other people around you helping you see something from a different perspective, or helping you move through this energy, difficult as it be sometimes with the Hanged Man there. And it may be something that has saddened you. And for you, again, I don't feel like this is something that happens in worry. It's leftover energy, maybe even from last year or last month, something that's already happened that you're dealing with. And, but you're not going through it alone with Menace here. It's like you have support, you have other people that are holding you up or boosting you up when you need it. But the Hanged Man also is saying, hey, you've done everything that you can do. It's a period of suspension, literally just waiting for other people, outside forces to come in here. Other pieces, other energies have to change this. It's not within your control. And again, we could still be talking about job for a lot of you. It's like, all these things have to be situated, and the job actually has to be posted, and before it can be posted, someone has to decide that they need to fill this position, or that this person is not working out and then they've got to get rid of that person, or but I feel like that's happening. And your network could be very significant, Aquarius, for those of you looking for work or looking for jobs, because man, as always, indicates relying on those closest to us, getting advice. So definitely talk to, if you don't have like a LinkedIn or whatever, and you want to create one, update that, make sure you're connected with all the people that you've worked with before, because you never know where these opportunities pop up. But it seems like it's through someone former coworkers, current coworkers, family, friends, that sort of connection. And maybe this opportunity that you missed out on, or for some reason they went with someone else, is coming back around, and you hear about it like, hey, remember that job that you applied for before? I heard that they're hiring again. There's some connection to the past here for many of you with a job. Now, at the end of February, we do have the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups, or chalices as they are in this deck, it has connections to the past, to childhood, going back to the past to try to figure out the present, to try to figure out the future. And this would be, for those of you that this is working again in a financial sense, you're relying on past experience. It's your past experience that's going to help you move on from a job. Highlighting the appropriate past experience when you apply for a new gig, because it is that past experience, or your education, or that some of you may be going back to something you used to do. So it could be like, I used to do this, then I went and did this kind of work for a little while, but now I want to go back to this. So for many of you, it could be going back to a past job, again, a past employer, something you applied for before, work that you've done before, but maybe it's been a couple jobs, or you've been somewhere a while doing something else, and then you're like, you know what, I like that better. I'm gonna look for that. So you'll be highlighting your past experience, and that is going to enable you to move on. And this is going to be good, particularly if you haven't really loved the work you've been doing more recently, Aquarius. So now, for some of you, this could be just thinking about past relationships, because when we're talking about chalices or cups, we're talking about emotions. It could be just reflecting on a relationship that ended, someone that is no longer in your life for whatever reason. For some of you, it could be hearing from someone that you haven't spoken to in a long time, someone you're divorced from or separated from or have been. Doesn't have to be a romantic partnership that you were in. Could be a family member, friend, anybody that you had. Maybe you just went your separate ways, or grew apart. And it's not always some big thing. We just, we go along our path and their path goes over here, and we kind of, lose touch or whatever. So it could be that you are wanting to reconnect with someone from the past. Someone from the past is wanting to reconnect with you, Aquarius, or you're just thinking about it when it comes to emotions. And I think those of you that are thinking about it, it's kind of like you're going to be thinking about it in a way that, well, it had to happen the way it happened. We were, had done sort of everything that we could do. It had run its course, but I still miss this person, or I still, because the Six of chalices, Six of Cups, when it has that nostalgia about it, where we only remember the good times. I think if you can really make a conscious effort to remember the bad times, you can kind of take off the rose-colored glasses with this card, because that's what it talks about. It's like, oh yes, when it was good, it was so good, but remember when it was bad, it was really bad, or maybe you wouldn't have separated, or maybe you've forgotten the reason. Now, if it was just a growing apart, it'd be one of those things where you're like, I'm going to look this person up. I'm going look up this old friend, or look up that old high school girlfriend or boyfriend, and see if I can find them on Facebook or something. So that would be what you're thinking about in February when it comes to emotions. But for many of you, it seems like a very financially motivated month, and positive progress as far as getting a raise, getting a promotion, moving on to a new gig. That's still kind of a blast from the past in a way. That I'm now going to shuffle and pull your spiritual guidance card for the month of February from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck by Victoria Mosley. So meet me over on Vimeo. The link again is below for part 2. We'll see what spiritual guidance and wisdom we can get for you for Aquarius. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you back here next month.